So I just watched a couple of videos of Justin Ferreira's YouTube channel. Justin Ferreira is doing a lot of Batman related stuff last couple of days because it seems it's Batman month instead of Batman Day. I was confused because I thought it was only Batman Day, and then I thought, you know what? Okay, let's do a Batman video again because that would have fun. So check out his channel. You know, he has I'm gonna leave a link in the description. He has some great videos. Just like me, he's doing things on the fly, you know, on the spot. He has his own way of storytelling that I like, and he brings some different stuff to the table that I enjoy. And he also doing manga and video games and books. So check that out. Anyway, this is Batman Outlaws. It's made by Doug Moench, GULACY, and what's his name? Charles YOAKUM. Never heard of the guy, but I know who Doug Moench is in GULACY. Actually, GULACY is one of my favorite artists. I have a couple of great, awesome comics from him. So yeah, we're gonna dive in. Look at this really cool looking visual here with the bat monocles or something. I don't know, but so Batman is watching some senator, you know, giving a speech. Although this guy ignored, he's a he ignored the advice of Commissioner Gordon. Said, "Hey, do not do that." So in the openly with lots of lights, when it comes to assassinations. So this guy is, some kind of a hard ass. Talk about stuff, political stuff, and about, not really vigilantes, but stuff. Anyway, so Batman is surveilling some stuff like that, right? And so again, he talks about political stuff and he wants to do something about it, right? And the speech is over, and then yep, this is gonna happen. So he's been shot, and the cop says, "Stay back, stay back," and this says, "Guys, keep rolling, don't stop." Yeah, this is news. So Batman is checking it out, and he sees this sniper guy. What's going with the zip rifle barrel protruding from the window, being withdrawn. The Briar Building. So now look at this cool visual with all these cool buildings that actually reflects Gotham City, right? So modern comics, modern artists cannot do this because modern artists can only do square, 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 square. Throw some blackness in it and call it a day, right? And a lot of Photoshop BS. Now, you can see where professionals can draw, how professionals draw, and how people that has barely, well, I'm not saying barely any talent, but I think people that are not going real in it when it comes to backgrounds or overall visuals, I think there are hacks and cheaters. They just only do things on the front, and everything in the back needs to be square, 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 Photoshop, blur, stupid colors over there, and call it a day. I hate that with a passion. Everything in the front and the back needs to be, put in. And GULACY is doing that. So yeah, this guy's trying to get away, escaping. And then again, look at this. Look at this, how cool this looks, right? Like I said, great artists putting in the effort, and then you see great stuff like this. And like I said, modern artists cannot do that. We are just doing square, square. They don't even try to attend this, right? If they try to attend this, they short circuit or something. So basically, they're gonna put, let's say, Batman jumps through a window and then call it a day, right? Because it's just way too hard for these people. Lazy bums. Anyways, Batman jumps through the window and he takes this guy out of the building. And look at this pimp mobile here, and the sound effect, womp. And so Batman is landing on this on the roof, and this car is crashing against this metal beam, and he says, somebody's gonna pay for this. But then this is happening, right? He's still able to run. And this cop comes in. I love this old school cop outfit. It's just, I don't know, it just looks really fun. Now chased by someone else, but there is no outlet. He'll be cornered, desperate, right? Can't let a cop face that kind of danger. So he shoves him aside, but he's being filmed, right? So this guy comes here and, he's been caught, and Batman comes and breaks the breaks the gun, looks really cool, and dead end. So he says, "Did I do something bad? The worst. I don't remember. You shot a man. He may be dead at 11:42 p.m." Okay. So back to you in the studio, Franklin. So it seems that the assassination guy is called Henry James Lucas, and he's called deranged and all that stuff, right? And so the news says that that he also sent threatening letters to the senator and all that stuff, and Commissioner Gordon doesn't say comment. But then, of course, we see this, what's happening here. But in what may be a stunning development, we have some exclusive news footage, etc. And they see, somebody pushing the cops aside, right? And that sparks some kind of a debate, because Batman seemingly is not established here as the hero that everybody knows. So they still think has some kind of an urban legend, and there's people whispering that it's the Batman, but nobody have seen the Batman, right? So that shrouds it a little bit in mystery that I like. So going back to Bruce Wayne then here, because he saw that thing on the news, and Alfred says, "I should say more than enough, Master Bruce, and everything you always avoided. Public exposure and media speculation. But hardly proof, Alfred. In any case, it couldn't be helped." So he talks about that, but since it all is a little bit blurred and not people think it's actually real, Bruce thinks, hey, it's going to blow over. It's going to be fine, right? And because he says bad videotape and proof for only those who want to believe. Right? This is not X-Files, Bruce. But then he is actually wrong, because papers are putting out about, speculating, dangers in Gotham by vigilantes. And then the political parties are coming in, use that for their advantage, making for brownie points for, I don't know, becoming for the election, I guess. So this guy says, when a duly appointed officer of the law can be literally shoved aside in the reckless pursuit of a vigilante justice, we face a dark specter of the lynch mob. If Gotham existing police department cannot protect its citizens, perhaps it's time for new leadership in the office of the commissioner. So, and then all these cops are, rioting outside. I mean, normally it would be just socialist and saying, defund the police, we need more BLM and all that crap. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be real bad for vigilantes. What's with the resolution? Anyway, so this guy says, any unauthorized vigilantes with the city Gotham are giving up 24 hours to surrender themselves into local federal custody, thereby avoiding a very real, possibly of more aggressive measures. So Bruce says, okay, I was wrong. It won't blow over, not this time. Sooner or later, sir, it was bound to happen. And so he says, hey, how are you going to respond? Well, so he says, I'm too deep in the darkness, Alfred, to face any light now. And I've come too far to quit. So he's going to continue that. But then this news reporter says that somehow there's now some kind of an anti-vigilante task force being put up. And they are, calling themselves the Bloodhawks. And they have free reign to bring all in vigilantes. And I thought to myself, isn't this a little bit going too far? You see some kind of a shadow, and then you throwing, I don't know, millions to have some kind of an anti-task force with all the equipment and stuff. I mean, it's pretty expensive, right, for just a couple of vigilantes. But hey, what do I know, right? So Bullock and Gordon here are just worried about, the shift in authority and tone. And so yeah, they are going to prepare for what's to come. And then we see some goons getting their asses kicked by Robin, right? So this is all cool and dandy. But this guy wants to shoot Robin in the back. I'm not sure if this is actually Tim Drake or another. I believe so. He is, after Dick Grayson, the most beloved Robin, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so Batman comes in and he kicks this guy's ass. Not the newcomers. They are flying high and they look nasty, like a mean business. They do, Robin, and the business is us. I count at least 35, and they're silent? The new whisper technology, still classified. So yeah, very high technology for a couple of vigilantes. Looks cool, by the way. And Gotham is a perfect proving ground for these bloodhogs, and we're the perfect mission, right? But then Robin says, hey, two of them coming our way, and he says, they are homing in on us. Yeah, and they are they are being targeted, and it's war zone from here, man. Look at this; these guys are not playing around. So it seems that they are actually not wanting to apprehend the vigilantes called Batman and Robin, but actually kill them. I don't know entirely sure, but going in. So yeah, they are fleeing, but it seems that they have some infrared detection apparatus mechanics. And yeah, they are following them, and then they have a hard time getting rid of these helicopters and obviously these bodies of these people that Batman and Robin just defeated, just the poor guys. And so yeah, this, no, not like I said, cool visuals. They are in this book. They're really ramping up the action and the pressure, especially the pressure. So Batman and Robin are on the run, and they are actually losing then the helicopters because they are jumping in their cars, and and they cannot see through walls and all that stuff. I mean, these helicopters. So yeah, they need to get the hell out of there. And then Batman comes in, and Robin says, "So we know the Bloodhawks are in town, but is that how the bad guys feel when we swooping down to them?" Exactly how they feel, Robin. Except these shoppers turned part of the city into a battlefield. And they blame the damage on us, Robin, for resisting arrest. Not good. Do we need help? Don't ask for it, but call Dick in Bloodhaven. Fill him in. What's next for you? Update Oracle. And this symbol here reminds me of that Batman free movie with Clooney, which is really bad. But let's forget about that real quick. So yeah, he asked Oracle, Barbara, for information. And so it seems that the late Senator Kirk, that died, the guy that was shot, was head of the Intelligence Oversight Committee, coming down hard on the Foreign Intelligence Agency, FEI. Then his assassinations plucked the foreign from FEA's side, more like a spike. They feared and hated him. And the head of the Bloodhawk Squad, David Adley Redmond. What about him? Former FEI agent, Covered Ops Division. Well, the plot thickens. And more stuff, more detective stuff coming soon. So cool, bad vision, television. And so it seems that the guy that shot the senator, Henry James Lucas, has died of apparent heart failure in federal custody just hours after being interrogated by the anti-vigilant task force leader, David Adley Redmond. Oh, wow, what a coincidence. The guy that shot the senator is now dead. No evidence anymore, guys. So, meanwhile, I guess it's Bloodhaven, and again, cool visuals. We see Helena, Huntress, kicking some guys' asses, but she didn't realize that this silent helicopter is behind her, and they're shooting at her. Cool explosions and all that stuff. It looks really great. So this is the main guy, the main bad guy. I think he's a bad guy, and so they are going after her, and she says, "Is it him?" "Negative, sir. Probably ID'd match with one of calling herself Huntress. Also a vigilante and possibly connected to the Bat. Terminate immediately." Right, so she's going in her car while these guys still shooting at her. And then we see Dick Grayson, right? I want to say Robin, but it's Nightwing. So yeah, he has heard all these explosions, so he wants to investigate. And I must say the Bloodhawks are very well equipped, right? They are not they're not screwing around. and they immediately, like I said, it's the pressure on these on our heroes is they're having a hard time, defending them. Well, not really defending themselves, but evading and all that stuff. So, and then he says, "Hey, I heard something, right?" And yeah, cool shot of Robin coming down on them, and yeah, freaking awesome. Then Helena jumps on his bike and he says, "Feel further to the causeway." Then we split up. So she says, "What's this? I want to meet with the others and tell him I won't wait forever, Nightwing." All right, I'll tell him. So, and then Barbara calls Batman back and he says, "Hey, Batman, analysis of the assassination news tapes reveals 7 spikes on the sound print, yet Henry Lucas fired only 3 shots. You're saying there was another gunman?" All right, so more investigation. I like that. Small plots, is being shown here. Pretty cool. And so Nightwing comes in and he talks about, Helena wants to meet up. Batman and Robin really don't like the Helena. I don't know. In every comic, she's very disliked by the Bat family or something. Maybe she's, too aggressive, not afraid of actually hurting people or even killing them, right? So she's been long with us and feels she has a right to be included. Not here in the Batcave, says Robin. Tell her in 3 hours, Batgirl's 2, under the south end of the Gotham Bridge. So, and Batman goes now to Gordon because he wants to know where he stands, right? Meanwhile, this guy, Mr. Redmond, wants to talk to Commissioner Gordon, and he comes in. He says, "Some sort of searchlight, but aimed upward. A device for psychological wear for Lieutenant Redmond, as opposed to the actual warfare launched by you, according to reports I'm receiving." So, and Redmond is a little bit mocking Gordon. And so Gordon says, he's talking about criminals, and he says, well, they do tend to be cowards at heart, even superstitious, right? So Redmond gets in Gordon's face, and are you implying the Batman doesn't exist, Commissioner? Some say he does, others disagree. There are a lot of stories, even alleged sighting of a giant bat. So yeah, he's basically doing, leading Redmond a little bit around. He doesn't want to admit to him that Batman actually exists, although he knows he exists. But he's on Batman's side, right? Well, Redmond, no need to play coy with me, Commissioner. Not when you had free reign with the cities long enough. Not when it's time you answer to a higher authority, such as you and your federal task force, Lieutenant Redmond. The vigilante issue has become a matter of national concern, thanks to a perfect spin. But I will answer to you, Redmond, because I have to, because it's the law, and I'm a lawman. That's a great line, by the way. But I'm warning you. I cooperate to the letter of the law, and no more or less. So, yeah, Redmond is threatening him because he can actually make him do that on their oath, right? And but Commissioner Gordon, he's a great guy. He says, but it wouldn't look good, would it? Not when your polls have been cooked, stock against so-called vigilantes, when much of the public actually admires the myth of Batman. So yeah, they are going a little bit back and forth, right? And so basically, Redmond is just keeping an eye on him, right? The stage may be your city, but it's my show, and the curtain just went up. Appeal to the mayor and the governor if you want. They make statements. They may even pretend to do something, but it'll be nothing, Gordon, because they eat whatever I dish, just like you. The big dog has come to town, and it's time for all the little dogs to roll over. And you, Gordon, are a very little dog. Maybe I can't force you to cooperate, but if you do anything to hamper me, my team, or my operation, you can stop barking, Redmond. I understand the situation. Good. Then you won't be needing this anymore. And he trashes the bat lamp thingy. So yeah, Batman looks from the outside because he knows he cannot do at this point. And he sees that, that Gordon is now stuck between his friendship with, I believe they are friends, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they are just meeting for the first time. I'm just guessing, right? But he's been between a rock and a hard place. So we're going to see how that pans out. Meanwhile, we have also Catwoman in the mix. And like I said, these goons are very well equipped to deal with a lot of vigilantes, and she's fighting back. It looks great. Look at all these different perspectives, from the top down and from the side. So she jumps on this guy's exoskeleton suit, and he says, "Hey, you are too heavy. You need to, we're falling." And again, she's jumping from Bloodhawk to Bloodhawk in cool perspectives, and she is escaping, right? In this car, she kicks this guys out. And then we're going to a meeting behind a bridge. So Batman basically says that they're going to do whatever they have to do. And when the they're not vigilantes, they are the vigilantes. But when the Bloodhawks are showing up, they need to, stay away from them, fleeing. But, Barbara says, "Hey, do I need to risk my life for everybody?" I mean, she says, "That's insane. He take it on our chin, and our only options are run and turn the other cheek. They may act like a squad of assassins, Huntress, but they're still federal officers. We do nothing that could injure him. They can try to crush it, but we can hammer back. We can only defend ourselves." And basically he says maybe they are doing wrong, but they have to prove it, right? So take it or leave it, Huntress. You're in or you're out. But Batgirl automatically is in. Why? Because she doesn't talk back. "Why can't you accept me on my terms? I risk my life fighting crime every night, and I'm a talker for the law too. Sorry, but They're exterminators, treating us like vermin. It's open season on everyone here, but I refuse to be crushed. The next Bloodhawk comes at me and I'll..." "No, you won't," says Batman. So now we see that Batman is really the GOAT, right? Greatest of all time. He commands respect. "You do what I say, Huntress, and nothing more. Just like Batgirl, just like Robin, just like Nightwing. Anything else makes you an outlaw. You take one of the Bloodhawks down, I'll take you down. And I deliver you to David Adley Ruttman personally." And that leads us to the next volume of Outlaws, Batman Outlaws, Volume 2 that I have here. Yeah, pretty cool, man. This is something, well, not really new, but I like the premise, that they are being hunted, except, normally they are the ones that are hunting criminals, but that's now the other way around. And they can do nothing because it's the law, right? So yeah, pretty neat stuff. And, visuals great. I love the colors, by the way. So yeah, Batman month continues. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.